Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Datuk Dr. Sabi and my fellow classmates. So inshallah we are from Group 8 will present about the team concept. So for this chapter we will go through about the characteristic of the high performance group. And the second one is we will know the positive versus negative group members roles. And the last one is we will know what the leaders can do to develop communication, teamwork, and one team attitude. So we go through for the first one. So here, leadership success required. The first one is understanding of group behavior. It is very important to know every member's behaviors. So the second one is ability to tap the constructive power of teams. Okay, next we go through the characteristic of excellent team. So actually there are a lot of characteristics, but in this book it states 12 key of characteristics. So the first one is clear mission. It is very important for every members knows and clear about the mission, so that they will do the best and complete their task to achieve the mission. And the second one is informal atmosphere. It is very important for us to to work in comfortable and relaxed environment, so that we will not boring. Okay, and the third one is lots of discussion. That is why we have meeting. And fourth, active listening. So be a good listener to everyone. Do not bias for your group members. And then the next is trust and openness. It is very important here because the members will free to express the feelings, giving the opinion. And next characteristic is disagreement being okay. Of course, in a group we have different opinion. There are some will agree, there's some will disagree, and some will partially agree. And what we should do is to be an excellent team is to see and understand the all points of view. And for the next characteristic, you can read by yourself, which is criticism is issue oriented. The next is consensus is the norm, effective leadership, clarity of assignments, share values and norms of behavior, and the last one is commitment. Commitment is very important to have to develop the excellent team, because people to achieve the goals needs everyone's commitment. Okay. Positive versus negative group members roles. So here for the group roles that build performance, which is the positive side. The first one is being an encourager, which is help people make the contribution to fulfill their potential. And the second one is clarifier, creates orders out of chaos and replaces confusing with clarity. And harmonizer, idea generator, we should suggest and come out with a lot of idea to build the high performance of our group. And then ignition key, which means orchestrates and facilitates the group works. The next is standard setter, which is possesses knowledge and skills deemed important by the group. Detail specialist. The next one is detail specialist. Searches for error. There is some of people in group which is very detailed, and this is very functional member in group because she or he will search for errors and omission and keeps the group on red alert. Okay, and then we go to the group members roles that reduce success, which is the negative side. The first one is ego tripper. These people is interrupt others, launch into long monologues, and is overly dogmatic. You can search what is dogmatic mean. And then the second one is negative artist. Reject all ideas suggested by the others, and she or he feel like he's the right one, and have a negative attitude on issues, asks unnecessary things, and refuse to cooperate. And the characteristic of negative group members role is above it all person. Withdraw from the group and its activities by being aloof, indifferent, and excessively formal. And then aggressor attacks and blames others and show anger or irritation against the group or individuals. There are people which is very the function of there are people that being aggressor because they always attack the group members. Sedangkan tu adalah group member kita. Kita keluar bahasa Melayu pula. So next one is jokester. This one is, I think everyone have faced this because we have the member that jokester fools around and distract the group from its business just to get a laugh. But cannot to be most of the time. Okay. And then avoider, which people avoid. He will do anything to avoid controversy or confrontation and is dedicated to personal security and self-preservation. And the last one is power victim. She or him, he seeks negative attention and draws time and energy from the group. So how to deal the problem behavior? So the first one is talking it over in a calm and patient way. We call it slow talk. So the next one is pointing out that it is recognized that the person wants to be successful, but to reach that goal, he or she must take others into account. And then the last, and then you can read by yourself in this slide, which is look at the last point in this slide, which is asking why the person behave as he or she does. Why? That is why very important to have a conversation personally and ask them why she behave like that. That is something. Why she or he doing like this, doing like that. Okay, and then next is avoiding counter attack if the person challenges philosophies, defense, or try to debate one's observation. Helping the person understand that cooperating with others can be rewarding. Okay, and then confronting the person with the facts and consequence of the person negative behavior if he or she close-minded. And then the last one is letting the person know that his or her behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated if he or she does not respond to one's effort.
Okay, the next is the problem solving. There is 4 elements in problem solving. First is E, having experience. So in case we have the problem, so we have to face this problem and accept this problem as said, this is artifact. So we face the problem as having an experience. So it can be we have already faced the problem, so we have the experience, so we can back to the experience and do reflection. Okay, the second element in problem solving is reflecting on result. So we have to put to face the problem in order and to do a reflection on the result. Okay, number 3 is building theories. So we have to come out with theory to face the problem with the team, brainstorm together to come out with a theory to solve the problem. Okay, number 4 is taking action. So this time we ready to test the theory that we brainstorm together. Okay, actually this problem solving element is a problem solving cycle. So when we have at the end of the fourth element, which is taking action, so we have to face another problem, might be or the same problem, so we go back to the step 1, which is having experience. So this is like the cycle. So in this problem solving, there is several styles of the problem solving, which is first Charles Darwin problem solving style. Second is the Albert Einstein problem solving style. Third is the Socrates problem solving style, and the fourth is the Henry Ford problem solving style. I will explain about the versatile style of problem solving. In this versatile of problem solving, each of individual are equal comfortable with each step of the problem solving cycle. Means that individuals are equally comfortable with each step, which means for example at the first step, which is having experience, the individual have equal comfortable, means that the individual can face each of the problem as equal. You got it? And the individual do not have structure, strength, or weakness resulting from the style preference. Okay, next is a point to remember concerning problem solving style. So there is a few points that we have to remember or consider to concern problem solving style. Okay, first is we have to remember the element or the step in the problem solving style, which is that I mentioned before, having experience, reflecting on result, building theories, and taking actions. Okay, the second point that we have to remember is having a preference for more than one style of problem solving is possible. Means that we don't have to state of just one of the problem solving style. Maybe we can have more than one preference of problem solving style. Okay, the next is the most people have difficulty changing their problem solving style. Maybe they're stated for just one of problem solving style. They cannot adapt with another style of problem solving, so they have to stick with their own style of problem solving. Okay, the next is organization or group needs all 4 style of problem solving. Means that the organization have or must need the 4 elements of problem solving. Solving problem.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi, I'm Muhammad Saiful Adha Today I want to present my part, which is the stage in the life of a group. As we all can see on figure 11.8, there are 4 stages that we need to know. For the first stage, which is forming. At this stage, we can see some group characteristics such as each caution, excitement, and anxiety. Each of the group member tension also high and low trust between each other. For second stage, which is storming, we can see group characteristic which is conflict over task, structure, and influence. At this stage, all group members' skill and knowledge increase, but their attention is still high and low trust. Then, for norming, group member will reach agreement roles, tasks, and norms of behavior. After that, cohesiveness, moral, and productivity increase. Their attention and trust reach in medium situation. For the last stage, which is performing, we can see the group member get good communication and teamwork. Their moral, group pride, and team performance also high. Because of this, their attention is low and their trust is high. Okay, now we proceed in detail about stage 1, which is forming. The group is formed, but its purpose and members' expectations are unclear. Characterized by caution and tentative step to test the water. Individual try to determine acceptable behavior and the nature of the group task, as well as how to deal with each other to get work done. Interaction are superficial and tend to be direct toward the formal leader. Skill and knowledge as a team are undeveloped. For stage 2, storming, individual react to what has been done, question authority, and feel comfortable being themselves. Characterized by conflict and resistance to the group task and structure, members learn to deal with different to work together to meet the group goals. Groups that do not get through this stage successfully are marked by decisiveness and low creativity. For stage 3, which is norming, norms are behavior are developed that are considered necessary for the group to accomplish its task. Greater degree of order begin to prevail, and a sense of a group cohesion develop. Members identify with the group and develop customary way for resolving conflict, making decision, and completing assignment. Members typically enjoy meeting and feeling action information. Productivity continues to increase as group skill and knowledge further develop. For the last stage, which is performing, we can call it also payoff stage, which is payoff stage in the life of a group. People are able to focus their energies on the task and can work through issue of membership, purpose, structure, and roles. Group is focused on solving problem and completing tasks. Members take innovative and emphasize result. As the group achieve significant milestone, morale goes up and people have positive feeling about each other and the accomplishment of the group. Each member take on leadership role as necessary. Okay. Evan Janis was a research psychologist at Yale University and a professor emeritus at the University of California. He is famous because of his theory, which is a group think which can describe the systematic error made by group when making collective decision. According to psychologist Evan Janis, group think refers to a mode of thinking that people engage in when they are deeply involved in a cohesive group, occur when members striving for anonymity override their motivation to realistically embrace alternative course of action. Psychologist Edwin Janis also described additional factors that when combined with cohesiveness can focus group think. Highly isolated group with restricted access to external information. Stressful decision-making context. As a result of the theology of group cohesiveness, isolation, and stress, a group can arrive at decisions that are unsuccessful and possibly even catastrophic. For symptom of group think, which is conceived several, which is illusion of invulnerability, belief in the inherent morality of the group, rationalization, stereotype of a group, self-censorship, direct pressure, mind guard, illusion of anonymity. Technique to avoid group think: assigning the role of critical evaluator to each member, adopting an impartial stance to encourage open discussion and impartial probing of a wide range of policy and problem-solving alternatives, setting up outside evaluator to work on the same policy question. Having one member play devil advocate when the agenda call for evaluation of decision or policy alternative. Holding a second meeting to rethink the issue after reaching a preliminary consensus about what seemed to be the best policy or decision.
To the next slide, which is appreciative inquiry. Appreciative inquiry is positive and popular approach to team building. It's typical use 4D in a process, which is discovery, dreaming, designing, and also delivering. First is discovery. Discovery is positive experience and also success story. Second is dreaming. Dreaming is open discussion and also non-judgmental listening are important. Third is designing. Designing is agreement on direction and action within the team. Okay, last but not least is delivery. Delivery is an action step to achieve a specific objective. This is the role of leader in the team. Team process that improve success in a team. We have 5 process, which is buying, accountability, learning, infrastructure, and also partnering. For buying, how the work of the team is verified and the goal are set. Second is accountability. Accountability, which is how individual and team perform, is managed and rewarded. Third is learning, which is how the team's performance has improved and skill developed. Next is infrastructure, how the work of the team is systemized and resource access. Next is partnering, how team interact and work together to achieve success. Not only team, but all organization units. Okay guys, we should know leadership is a key factor in all 5 team process. We discussed earlier. The team will show the greatest success when the leaders is able to cooperate in a group work. And also, the most effective leaders are concerned about their teams. For optimal result, leaders should coordinate with the group. Also, be a team supporter throughout the organizations. Team dynamic can improve the work. This is because team highly effective when team members trust and commit to the work. Besides, the team should be responsible and focus on their work. However, the team that can kill a team success is when team members don't trust each other and lack of commitment. The human side of team effectiveness. In 2012, Google launched a study to learn why some teams fail and another team succeed. Psychological safety is more than anything else. This is important to team success. Besides, a good team have a high average social sensitivity.